Bernstein, also known as Dr. Fashion, and I'm at the 92nd Oscars right here in LA, California. And we are on the red carpet looking at the best of the best as the celebrities stroll down the red carpet in Valentino, Prada, Ralph Lauren, Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana, looking their best. And we have it all, the hits and the misses. So, come with us as I open the card to tell you who was the best on the red carpet. And the winner is... And welcome back to The Look. And I'm here with Faith Ferris. Faith, I know we just witnessed Oscars, the 92nd Oscars, and it was incredible. The excitement on the red carpet and what was outside on the red carpet and inside as well. But let's talk about some of the hits and misses on this year's red carpet. I think they were pretty good. To start out, I loved Zendaya. I think she looked great in Armani Privé Couture. And that was an antique rose silk gown with a single rope strap. Just think of the hours of labor that go into making that. And the dress features an embroidered palm tree motif. And that's embellished with a bodice of gunmetal paillettes. And if you look at that, it's incredible. It's so simple and elegant, and palm trees. So for you out in Arizona, don't have necessarily the palm trees, you have the cactus, but getting out to California and certainly here in South Florida, that is a look to die for.
I have to say, it's honestly probably one of my favorite looks of the night. I think it was so elegant, probably not simple, because like you said, it looked like a lot of detail went into it, but I think she wore it so beautifully that it seemed simple. So she made something so complicated and probably took a lot of time to create. She made it look very simple and elegant. So I thought it was one of the best looks of the night. I love the one shoulder. I think it looks amazing on her. Very, very well done.
And remember, that's Giorgio Armani Privé Couture. So you have Armani, and Armani is certainly an incredible designer doing couture and ready to wear. So that was probably one of my favorites.
Yep, absolutely.
The winners. Next, I really liked Ariana Grande in the Giambattista Valet Haute Couture in the pink taffeta strapless gown. We've seen it, Faith. I know we've seen it in many of the award shows, this strapless bodice with all the frills, the very big taffeta and all the stuff going on, but it really looked good with her simplicity, her blonde hair. She had a beautiful necklace on. It was simplistic and elegant, and she wore it very, very well.
Yeah, I think it looked really, really great on her. The color was great. I think it really stood out from a lot of the dresses that we did see last night. Definitely, I would say Zendaya before Ariana, but I definitely think she wore it well. It looked great on the red carpet. And yeah, like I said, I think we talked about this before we got on screen, but the way the dresses went last night, it's not hard to beat what we saw.
Yeah. And Barbie pink, again, we're seeing throughout the night, whether it's Versace or in this case, Valet, we are seeing Valentino, we're seeing that beautiful pink that came on the runway that we've seen in the other award shows in recognition of Barbie, the movie. So I'm so glad that the actors were wearing that beautiful pink. We saw Ryan Gosling singing his Ken song, his Barbie song on stage. And he was all decked out in certainly Barbie pink. So I'm so glad that that was shining throughout the night. And we saw a lot of that featured on the red carpet. And then when you got into the theater. So it was really nice and a great tribute to Barbie, the movie, which is certainly what, a $2 billion movie worldwide, which has just been so popular for everybody around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something to say about the fact that Barbie came out sometime last year and we have not been able to stop talking about it in fashion and movies, in awards. There's been a lot of, talk about it. So it's kind of crazy that one single movie has created this just conversation, for so long. I don't think you've seen another movie that's done that quite yet.
And Barbie goes to the movies. So everybody, don't forget, stay tuned when we finish our hits and misses on the 92nd red carpet. We're going to look again for what the look covered recently on Barbie. We want to keep it alive, if in case you missed it. So Barbie goes to the movies and the Oscars, and you're going to see it next on the look after our wrap up. Haley Seinfeld, I think she was tie and tie
Mhm.
with Zendaya in that Ellie Saab pistachio. You can eat it, you can look at it, you can love it. I love the ice cream and I love pistachio nuts, but a pistachio pastel design with that gilded leaf applique in the neck, in the bodice, and the butterfly, beautiful sleeves. It's as if, Faith, you could fly away as a butterfly in a pistachio gown. She was superb. It was almost being a goddess.
Mhm.
So, I'm neck and neck, tie and tie with Zendaya. This was another one. Beautiful, simplistic, a lot of time going into the applique in the workmanship, but I think it was a definite winner, and I love that pistachio blue.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she picked the perfect dress for her. It suited her so well. The colors complemented her hair color and her skin tone. Like, I just think that she knew exactly what she was doing, or whoever helped her with this dress knew exactly who they were styling, and it did wonders for her. Like, it worked out perfectly. So I love the color. Yeah, it was just all around a perfect dress for her. And for the Oscars, like a great time to put it on.
And before we get to our men's pick of the night, because we always do, I know you had one or two picks that you really liked,
Mhm.
which were hits that caught your attention.
Yes, so I have to give a big shout out to Arizona local Emma Stone. I think, she went up to accept the award and she kind of showed to the camera that her dress had a malfunction. Well, prior to that, she looked absolutely stunning. The color, I think it's like kind of a mixture between like a light green. It kind of looks white, but a light green. But just
Almost iridescent.
yeah, absolutely. But with her darker hair tone, like I think it just suited her so well. She's gorgeous. She's a fantastic actress. So I think she really, really wore it very well last night on the red carpet.
And you had another one as well.
Yes. So also, we cannot forget Florence Pugh. I think it was just such a different, unique dress. I can't say it was like if I saw it in the store, I would go to buy it. But looking at it on her, I was like, wow, that is a unique piece that we have not seen. I don't think we've seen it really on the red carpet. So the way she did her hair, her makeup, I think it all just really, really went well together.
And I agree. I think those were some great, great looks. And there were other great looks. And also, Faith, like we did in our other award show, let's tell the look viewers. I know we're going to have it where they can vote or they can comment on what they liked, like what as we did before. And so, how are they going to do that?
Yeah, so you can just go to our social media channels at the Look TV show. Go to Instagram, follow us, and then look out for when this segment airs. We will be showing all of the different looks, and you can go ahead and go onto our stories and put your opinion in there and let us know what you think about these looks.
And also the looktv.net, which is our up-to-date, our own homepage with everything, the look, bios, shows. So go take a look and give us your comments, what you loved, because we want to know what you think, our look viewers as well. So Faith, what about some of those misses?
Yes, so I know you had a couple really good misses that we saw on the red carpet. What was your number one miss of the night, do you
I
think?
think it probably was, I think one of my biggest misses was Erica Alexander and Kristen Siriano. Now, Kristen Siriano is one of the top
Hmm.
international designers. This was great. It's a white strapless gown with a black skirt. And just with that, it could have been a winner. But then he decided to put a rainbow, a pastel tulle around the skirt. It looks like an afterthought.
Hmm.
Looks like, well, I kind of like this and let me throw this on. And it just didn't do any justice to the outfit. She had beautiful long black gloves. Her hair is beautiful, all frizzy. And she's a beautiful girl. She looked great. She didn't need that. And it can just take one little thing to make it a mess. And that
Absolutely.
really did it.
Yep.
Another one, yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you would have just let me go on real quick and take the scissors and cut that
yeah,
around, we would have had a different story here. But the colors were just very kind of wild and out there and not really fitting to what we wanted to see.
exactly. Then you had Andrea Riceborough in a tartan long dress, and you'll see that picture. Beautiful tartan. I mean, I think perhaps maybe it should have been a Burberry a print with a dress, and Burberry could have done it. Maybe it would have been a little bit more justice.
Hmm.
This was just was too covered up. It
Hmm.
was too plaady, and it just really didn't make the cut for, I think, our Oscar red carpet.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a red carpet look. It's definitely a Burberry ad type of dress. Um, but yeah, I just don't think it was fitting for the occasion. Like this is a big awards night. And yeah, I just don't think it was fitting for the occasion. I agree.
And my last, and I know there were a lot of viewers, and maybe even some of our look viewers who loved Eugene Lee Yang in Nimona in the beautiful long red gown. Guess what, everybody? Here's a note. I did like it a lot. I think Eugene looked beautiful. But guess what? Billy Porter, if you know the great actor, singer, he's been around. He's been doing this for the last 10 years at all these ceremonies. Black long gowns from Valentino and so many others. So it's nothing new because fashion is secular. He looked beautiful. It was elegant. He was statuesque. It was wonderful. But again, it wasn't new. So it really got a miss, even though a lot of people in the press, the magazines, New York Times, Women's Wear, a lot of magazines and the media liked it. I did too, but I think it was a little bit dated and something that we've seen countless times before.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. I think it was gorgeous. I loved to see it, but I agree it's been done before, so it's nothing new. We have seen it like you mentioned. But I do love the color. I know you love that color as well. Very,
Beautiful.
very fitting for a red
I
carpet.
call it Valentino red.
Yes, exactly. So beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, but we have seen it, so it's nothing new that was breathtaking or, anything different that we haven't seen before.
Right.
So beautiful, but been there, done that.
Yeah. And we have an honorable mention, and it's Billy. And Billy looked incredible in a Chanel suit. Who would figure? A
Hmm.
Chanel plaid suit, black and white plaid, beautiful skirt, a blazer, white blouse, beautiful Chanel bag. And, the reason is it wasn't a gown, it wasn't a long dress, it wasn't couture, even though it was a very expensive Chanel suit. But you know what? She looked very good. She's always somehow looked very frumpy. Her hair has been every color, green, red, blue, and she just didn't have that look. And Oscars, this time she looked very sophisticated, like she was the CEO going into a job, going into her job. And she looked good. I know she had a lot of pictures with people like Margot Robbie on the red carpet, and she did that with many people. So a big honorable mention. It wasn't the gown this time. It was certainly Chanel, and Chanel is great, but it was her in something that looked very sophisticated and stylish for the Oscar award. So kudos to Billy for doing it and finally making it where she looked great on the red carpet in Chanel. And kudos and bravo to you, Billy. You really took it home this time. Even if you didn't take home the Oscar, you looked great.
Yeah, she did look very, very stunning. I do want to mention though, this is a red carpet and she's not heading to the boardroom, Dr. Fashion.
You're
So
right.
we gotta kind of say, hey, love the fashion, A+ on fashion, but maybe not the right event to wear this to. But we will not mark her down because we did love what we saw and she looked stunning. So either way, Billie is a win for us on the look.
And I'm sure Chanel is going to be winning because many people are going to be calling their local Chanel boutique and saying, hey, I want that outfit that Billie wore. In fact, many people will be calling so many of the designers and their stores, whether it's Versace or Elie Saab or Valley Couture or so many of the other designers, again, like Armani Privé. And that is great for the industry. It's great for fashion, that fashion has its night on the red carpet as well, because these designers put in so much time working with these celebrities and actors and so forth. So it's great that it's noticed as well. And another side note was happening with Versace. We saw several of the designers, Margot Robbie, America Ferrara, and so many others wearing Versace, whether it's Versace pink or that sort of reddish pink that America Ferrara wore. She looked beautiful. Another one we didn't mention who looked really, really beautiful on the Oscars. But I think that was really a tribute to Barbie core and Barbie and what was happening. So kudos to Versace for having these wonderful actors come out in Versace. And really, it was kind of probably in recognition to Barbie, the movie, and what was happening. So again, some silent notes and some little secrets that probably take place that the look viewers don't know about. But when Dr. Fashion and Faith are fashion news media hounds, when we're on the prowl, we go back and we find out what's happening behind the scenes at the Oscars, anywhere else. So this did make the news with what Versace and these actors were wearing, again, to really notice what was going on with Barbie. Even though they won 7 awards, I think perhaps a couple more they would have liked, or a couple of categories that they weren't mentioned in. So kudos to Barbie and certainly to Oppenheimer for 10 Academy Awards. What an incredible movie. I think this was the first time in many years we saw 2 or 3 movies do so well and really bring the industry back up. Certainly after COVID, people are going to the movies or seeing them at home or on their social media, on their media. And I think it's really exciting that America and the world is taking notice of what's happening and also taking notice what's happening on the red carpet and in this year's Oscar Awards.
Absolutely. And I know we teased it before, but we're going to actually throw right now to a very special Barbie segment that we love so much. So enjoy. Here is Barbie. Barbiecore has been the fashion statement for 2023, but Barbie's fashion has been a hot topic for decades.
The book takes a look at the evolution of Barbie doll fashion from 1959, the year Barbie was born, up until, like 2014-ish. And the goal of this book was to try to prove visually if in fact Barbie doll fashion actually reflected the culture on the catwalk, the culture in the stores, in the fashion magazines, and on the street.
To see Barbie through the years, we spoke with Karen Fetter, author of Barbie Takes the Catwalk, A Style Icon's History in Fashion. Starting with Barbie's inspiration.
Like I would take a Barbie look from say, 1962, and see if I could find visual evidence of a look very similar to that would have happened probably the year before. Because the Barbie doll fashion designers need a year for production, for a Barbie doll design to happen until it's finally released to the public. So this book takes a sort of trip through 59 through 2000, early 2000s, and shows you examples where we can prove that that in fact happens.
And she did just that.
One of my favorites is in the early 80s. The very first MTV Awards is Madonna comes on stage and does her famous Like a Virgin performance, right? And she's dressed in a sort of, a very modern kind of take on a bridal dress, even though it's a strapless bridal dress, and even though it doesn't reach the floor, it reads bridal. No one had ever done anything like this on television live before, and it was a sensation. Everyone was talking about it for a lot of time. And the following year, Barbie gets an outfit that looks almost exactly like Madonna's Like a Virgin outfit during the MTV Awards.
And where once Barbie took inspiration from major events, now Barbie is the trendsetter.
We've now come full circle, and now the Barbie doll's identity is mature enough that she, in fact, is inspiring fashion. If you look at the way that Margot Robbie designed her pink carpet debuts, right, in all these different cities for the movie, she was inspired by Barbie, right? She took an actual Barbie outfit and made it into life size, instead of what I show in the book is a life size that in fact becomes a Barbie outfit. So I think that we are at that point now where, everything's on the table. Barbie just continually will probably inspire us.
And we can't forget about Barbie's iconic color, pink.
In the first 3-4 years of Barbie fashion, there was pink, but it was kind of maybe one pink thing. And it wasn't the sort of magenta-y pink that Barbie is now. It was a really light colored, rosy pink, right? And so this current Barbie pink, I think, is also an evolutionary statement. I don't know if in 30 years, this is going to be our Barbie pink. Maybe it will be. Maybe we're stuck with this. Maybe it's so important that it will always be this 219C Pantone color. But even the pink has had an evolution. Really fascinating.
And with the evolution of Barbie fashion, we can't forget the year Barbie changed her look.
My favorite year is 1969. And this is the year I consider it a tipping point for Barbie, because this is the end of the 60s. And so in the real world, we've been inundated with mod fashion for a good 6-7 years now, right? Mod fashion is pretty much accepted as, you can now wear mini skirts made out of, shiny silver leather. I mean, it's okay now. But Barbie, not until 69 did she really say, okay, Barbie can be a mod girl. In fact, they introduced Barbie's cousin, whose name was Francine, because the designers, I guess, wanted to be able to do these little mod outfits, but didn't think that Barbie should be wearing mod yet. And so Francie was always the girl that was super mod. She was more fashion forward than Barbie. So Francie always had the mod outfits before 1969. But in 1969, the designers say, okay, Barbie can go mod. And every single thing that's released in that year is this beautiful little teeny mod, wonderful candy outfit, bright, wonderful colors, lots of vinyl, everything is happy and wonderful. And so 69 is my favorite Barbie clothing year.
We're taking a look at Barbie through the years, from the catwalk to the big screen.